April 1912. The Titanic sails into the freezing North Atlantic, and we all know what happens next. But imagine a twist in history. What if the Titanic's route had been different, and it was the Lusitania that struck the iceberg instead? Would the world remember her as the greatest maritime disaster, or would history itself have changed forever? To answer that, let's look at the two ships. Titanic was a floating palace, brand new, celebrated as unsinkable. Lusitania, launched in 1906, was older, but she was faster, slimmer, and designed for speed across the Atlantic. Titanic carried over 2,200 people on her maiden voyage. Lusitania, by contrast, often carried over 2,000 as well, but she was built with a different purpose: less luxury, more power. Now, if Lusitania had taken Titanic's place that icy April night, she too would have faced the same fate, an iceberg, towering and silent in the darkness. Here's the key question: how would Lusitania handle the impact? Titanic's hull was split open by 6 watertight compartments being breached. She stayed afloat for nearly 3 hours, long enough for distress calls and partial evacuations. But Lusitania? She had fewer watertight bulkheads and less compartmentalization. An iceberg strike could have been even more catastrophic, potentially flooding her much faster. Some experts believe she might have sunk in under 2 hours, giving passengers even less time to escape. And the human cost? Titanic's tragedy claimed over 1,500 lives, partly because of too few lifeboats. Lusitania also didn't have enough lifeboats for everyone. Maritime law didn't require it back then. If she had gone down in 1912, the death toll could have been similar, if not worse. But here's where history takes a dramatic turn.
Let's move it along.
Titanic's sinking shocked the world and led to sweeping safety reforms. More lifeboats, lifeboat drills, 24-hour radio watch. If Lusitania had sunk instead, those reforms would have happened 2 years earlier. Titanic, still afloat in this alternate timeline, might have sailed on with those safety upgrades, possibly avoiding her own disaster in 1915 when she was torpedoed during World War I. So think about it. In this alternate history, Titanic might have survived to become the legendary liner of her era, while Lusitania would be remembered as the tragic, unsinkable ship that wasn't. History books, movies, and documentaries would be telling her story, not Titanic's. James Cameron's blockbuster? It might have been called Lusitania. Sometimes, history isn't just about what happened, but about what almost happened. What do you think? Would a Lusitania iceberg disaster have changed history for the better? Or just swapped one tragedy for another? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible what-if maritime history stories.